guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's look, I decided to go with this right here. I posted this look about 2 days ago on TikTok and Instagram, and you guys absolutely loved it. I did a poll on Instagram asking you if you wanted a tutorial, and all of you said yes, which I was shocked because I didn't think that you guys would have wanted to see this. And on TikTok, many of you have been requesting that I do a tutorial on this look, so I figured why not. And for today's look, this is the same palette that I used when I created this look, which is from Kamakshi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But this is a palette. I'm gonna tag their company. I love supporting small businesses. I'm gonna post everything in the description bar so you guys could be sure to check that out. But I am so in love. Many of you went crazy when I posted this on my Instagram story, but look at this palette. How beautiful. These are like the shades that I constantly go for. I love warm toned shadows, and I feel like I haven't done like a real orangey kind of look in a while, aside from when I recently did, which is why I did. But yeah, so I used this palette for today's look. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do it. So enough with the rambling. So if you guys want to see how I did this look, then please keep on watching. Start off, I'm going to use my Huda Beauty concealer in the shade Marshmallow. I love using concealer to prime my eye. I just feel like it just gives me a lot more coverage, and I don't know, sometimes I feel like eye primers tend to dry my eyes out. So I'm just so much more comfortable using concealer. So just grab whatever works for you and start priming your eyes. So I'm just gonna get that all over, just like that. And I know it's been a little minute since I have filmed for you guys. I actually have filmed. I had a couple videos that I filmed, but they don't always make it to YouTube. Sometimes I just don't like the way something looks, or I'm off frame, or it's always something that goes on. It's challenging because I'm not really used to, even though it's been a while that I've been doing videos, there's still times where recording and doing your makeup all by yourself is definitely challenging. So I give credit to all the girls that make it look easy, because that's just one thing that is not that easy for me. So I'm just gonna grab this shade right here. This is a C441 brush from Crown. So like I was saying, so for me, like it is challenging, and I'm still trying to figure out how to edit my videos and things like that. So I just want to thank you guys for riding out this journey with me, because you know, I want to teach you guys how to do makeup. I actually really love recording and things like that, but I'm just trying to get better at it, and I know that it takes practice, and the more that I do it, the better my videos will be. So that's pretty much where we are now. But if I don't post in a while on here, I don't want you guys to think I forgot about you. I think I had like 7 videos that I recorded, and something just ends up not making me happy about it, so I end up not putting them up. But I do try. So even when something's not up doesn't mean that I'm not actually trying to create content for you guys. So but yeah, so anyway, so I'm just gonna build up this shadow, and you can see I'm just going in windshield wiper motions, and also like I also like to do like small circular motions. So, and I'm just building up the shadow until I'm satisfied with how my pigmentation looks. The main area where I like to pack my shadow is in the crease, because if you don't put enough shadow there, like throughout the day, it could start to fade. So you just really want to make sure that that's well packed. And then like whatever is remaining on my brush, I'll blend it up, and that's what kind of gives you that diffuse look. So whenever I apply my transition shade, I always start with the lid. I don't go up here. I focus the shadow right on my lid and then blend it up. So that looks pretty good. This shade up here, whenever I do eyeshadow, I always love to put something up there. It just really helps to seal the concealer that I used when I sculpted my brows, and then it just Really helps to give a nice smooth transition with the shadow, so we don't have like any harsh lines. We're gonna grab this shade right here. I'm gonna place that in my crease, and I switched my brush. This is a MAC 217 brush. This is the original MAC 217. I say original because there's definitely a difference between this natural hair brushes and the synthetic. So just to let you guys know, this is the original one. And I'm just gonna place that in my crease and then work my way towards the inner crease, but not all the way in. And then I'm gonna blend it upward too. So just like that. And then I'm gonna go back with the brush that I use in my transition shade, and I'm not picking up any shadow. I'm just using whatever's there, and I'm going back to just blend the transition shade and that crease shade together. I'm gonna use the NYX glitter glue. I love using this when I'm gonna use like a shimmery shadow. I'm gonna pick up these two shades. I'm gonna apply this in the inner corner and this right next to it, like in the middle center of the lid, and we're gonna blend them together. So first I'm gonna go in with my NYX glitter primer, and I'm gonna apply that right in the inner corner. Hope you guys can see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna bring it up top. Now in my last few videos I've been doing like close-up eye looks, but let me know what you guys like. I want to know what style of video you feel like you learn better from. You know, I definitely, hearing feedback from you guys definitely helps me improve and know what's working for you guys and what's not. And now I'm picking up that gold shade and I'm gonna apply that right in the front. Now you guys can leave it this way and you'll see what I mean in a second, but I didn't want it to look super gold in the front, so I did tone it down with the shadow I'm about to apply next. But you guys could definitely alter this look to whatever you guys like. Now I'm picking up that orangey shade I showed you guys I was gonna grab, and we're gonna add that in the center. And we're gonna just blend all of these things together. And as you can see, I'm kind of patting and sliding. So just patting that right on, and I'm gonna bring it towards the front where I placed the gold. So that's gonna help to tone it down a little bit. But then I'm gonna go pick up some gold again and go over that again. So it's just back and forth until I get the shade that I want to go with. But like I said, you can keep it super gold in the front if you want. I wanted it to look a little bit more like toned down. I didn't want it to be super gold. So I just blended the two together. Now picking up the brush I used for my crease shade, I'm not picking up any shadow. I'm just gonna kind of tap that in and lightly, very lightly, just kind of go over everything so that everything blends amazingly. I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Eye Studio in Blackest Black. So I'm using MAC 266 brush. This is the brush that I always use for my eyeliner, and I'm just gonna pretty much wing this out. Now the wing that I did for this was very dramatic. I wanted it to be dramatic so it could tie in with the under eye smokiness that we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna create my wing. I'm gonna use Huda Beauty's Marshmallow concealer, the same one I used to prime my eye. I'm gonna grab a little bit in my flat brush from MAC 217, right? No, 242, sorry. And I'm just gonna go right under my wing. Now this concealer is definitely bright, but I don't know, it's something about this little extra step that I've been doing, and I feel like my eyeliner and my makeup just looks so much cleaner and sharper. And when I put my foundation on, I try to get as close as possible to blend it out, but I also don't mind a little bit of it peeking through because it just really makes the makeup look super clean. If you don't want it to show, then you can definitely use a concealer that is exactly your skin tone or foundation or similar to your foundation. I don't know if I would recommend doing this with foundation. I just feel like concealer is much thicker and less likely to crease. I just love the way my makeup looks. And this goes to show you guys that it doesn't matter how long you've been doing makeup, like just trying different techniques and things like that come a long way. Use my step 1 smoothing primer from Makeup Forever. For today's foundation, we're going to use Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage in the shade 312. So I have been using this foundation for a little bit now, and I am so obsessed. I love the coverage that I get. The only thing I have noticed though, the other day I had it on, I don't know if it was because it was really humid, but I just feel like my face was getting a little bit oily. But I do have like unusually oily skin, and I don't know, I just feel like the older that I get, the more oily my skin gets. So I also don't want to use a foundation that's like gonna suck my face dry. So you know, it's kind of like whatever. To be honest with you guys, aside from when I'm posting or just doing makeup look for you guys, I really don't wear a lot of makeup. So if it's like a really humid day, unless you gotta go somewhere important, like I just don't even wear makeup. So I'm just grabbing this brush that I got in a Morphe set, and I'm just gonna start to buff this in. Now nothing has really changed with the way that I do my foundation in other videos that you guys have seen, but I'm just gonna show you guys how I do it anyway. For any of you that are new supporting me, I just want to say thank you so much. So I'm just gonna pat this in my whole entire face, and then we're gonna move on to concealer. But you guys can see, like, this shade, I thought it was gonna be like too dark, because I tend to like to go a little bit lighter with my foundation because I contour a lot, but it's actually perfect for me right now. And I actually don't even really have a tan. I haven't really been outside much. What I love about this foundation too is that you're able to build it up. So if you feel like you need more coverage, you definitely could add more. I'm an all coverage kind of girl. I know some people are like, oh my god, so much makeup, but I just love it, guys. I love foundation. I feel like if I'm gonna put anything on my face, I'm gonna go all out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna just try to look a little cute or... And let me tell you, some people, if you need less makeup, man, you know what? Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing. That's amazing. But for me, I'm all full coverage. I'm all for that full glam, and I am not gonna apologize for it. So don't let anyone ever make you feel bad for liking makeup, because you know what, it's an art, and at the end of the day it comes off, you know. Like, if this is what makes you happy, then do you. Don't be listening to what people say, because people nowadays just do anything to reflect on what they feel about themselves. So that's how I look at it. Whenever I get negativity or people trying to make me feel bad about my makeup, I'm like, you know what, I don't even care, because at the end of the day, I'm here to inspire, and I love makeup. I'm not gonna change that because it's too much for someone else. At the end of the day, it's my damn face. So if I want to fucking put a whole pound of foundation on, then that's what I'm gonna do. When I see people trying to discourage anybody from wearing makeup, like, man, listen, do you. Life is too short for that shit. Excuse my French. But honestly, like, life is too short for that. Like, life is too short to try to make people feel bad. I'm just grabbing a little bit of my Hourglass. I'm grabbing it like this because there's so much product in there, as you could see. I actually already have a backup, but I did this with the last one that I had. The last few ones that I've purchased, I do this, and you guys won't even believe how much product I get from in there. So I just scoop it out until there's nothing left, and then I open my new one. Because you know how I look throwing this out when there's literally product in there. Like, But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I don't want anybody to ever feel unmotivated or feel bad because people are trying to make you feel bad. You guys have no idea the amount of hate and the amount of people who try to even other makeup artists, even other people that are always like, oh my god, you always have so much makeup on, or oh my god, you know, I never have seen you without makeup. Like, okay, what, like, are you okay? Is it affecting your life? What? I'm just using Dior Forever Skin Correct in shade 2WO. Same brush. I first started really trying to get good at makeup, aside from working on clients when I was at MAC, like, my face was my model. You know what I mean? Like, my face was what taught me. Makeup for me is like fashion, you know? Some things are trending in the moment, or sometimes you're like really into denim or really into crop tops, and then it switches up, you know? For me, makeup is the same way. I'll tell you guys how many people have tried to discourage me, or maybe it wasn't even intentional. Maybe they didn't think they were making me feel bad, but you know, I always believed in myself, and even when I didn't, there's days that you're just like, oh, I'm not feeling this, or there's days even when I'm doing a makeup look or I'm trying something new and I freaking hate it and I don't post it. All of that doesn't get shown, you know? People just see what's posted. So don't be discouraged, you know? If you're having a bad day, or I always say, like, it's not in my hands today. Like, if there's a day that my makeup's not coming out right, I'll say, like, it's just not in my hands, you know? I'm just gonna set my under eye with Dermablend translucent powder. I'm taking a big fluffy brush, little tiny bit of translucent powder, same one, Dermablend, and I'm gonna just lightly set the rest of my face. But I just, you know, like I said, even if I'm inspiring one person, like, it means everything to me. Just because you see someone with a lot of followers, or you know, something like that, or somebody who is really talented, doesn't mean they have a big support system. This is why I'm so grateful for all of you who show me so much love, who comment, you know, even just liking my picture. I honestly truly appreciate it. I don't just say it because it sounds like the right thing to say. I mean that, because there was times when I wanted to give up. I'm using Truffle from Fenty Beauty contour stick, and we're just gonna contour. But this is why I really want to inspire moms. Like, you can be sexy. You know, if you want to show skin, show skin. If you want to, you know, some people think that things are done for attention, and that's not always the case. Like, I'm the type of person, I love dressing sexy and things like that, but I actually hate attention. And if you know me, then you know that about me. I actually am not big a fan of, like, let's say we're out and I'm getting a lot of attention. I don't like that. I don't like a lot of attention at all. Half the time when I'm in the streets, I don't look like this. I have my hair all crazy and sweats on, and I look like a whole nother person, you know? But this is what I'm saying. Like, I hope to inspire even, you know, all types of people, and especially mothers who feel like they had to put their life or their career on hold, or feel like, you know, they can't do certain things because it comes with that attachment of, oh, you're a mom, you can't do this, or you're a mom, or you can't look like that. And it's like, that's such an old school way of thinking. I don't think like that. I feel like a happy mom, especially a happy person, makes other people around them happy, especially a mom. If you're a happy mom, your kids are gonna freaking be happy. You know what I mean? Like, it just, the whole family. You can't be, you know, unhappy and expect the people around you to be happy. It just, I don't feel like it works that way. And I'm not saying that there's not bad days. Of course, we're human. But my whole point of even saying all this is just, if there's something you've wanted to do, if there's something you love and a career or whatever it is, you know, if you want it bad enough, you can make it happen. And that's just what it is. So I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for supporting me and being there for me. And it means a lot because I'm not where I want to be, but I look back and think, wow, I prayed so hard to even be where I am right now. So it means a lot, honestly. And like I said, even if it's just one person who follows my journey, even if it's just one person who says, wow, I'm inspired by that, I want to try to do this for myself, or I want to try to learn makeup, or whatever it is, I just hope that you make it happen. So pretty much have that all blended out. I'm gonna go in with MAC Cosmetics Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Deep, and I'm using a fluffy type of brush for this. This is Sigma's F25 brush, and I'm just gonna literally go over everything I just contoured. And as you can see, like with my nose, I contour my nose, but I really switch brushes. I kind of just do it. I'm gonna pick up this pink shade right here. I've honestly been using this blush since I got this palette. I bought this in Marshall's, for those of you who haven't seen my other videos, and I have been so obsessed with this palette. I just love all the tones. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really reach too much for these shimmery ones just because I'm not a big fan of shimmer. I prefer my makeup to stay as matte as possible because, like I said, more than ever as I'm getting older, my skin is getting so much more oily. I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing, or like, is this happening? I spoke about this before and a couple of you have said like, oh my god, yes, me too. But it's crazy. I'm like, I mean, I'm not mad at it because, you know, oil is good. It's gonna, I feel like, you know, it prevents wrinkles. Now I kind of want to do a video showing you guys the different powders, because I honestly use like 3 different translucents. And I definitely use a lot of powder. I know for some people it might be like way too much, but this is just my honest way of doing my makeup, and I want to be honest with you guys. But I just use like this translucent powder, for example. You guys saw I already set it with Dermablend translucent, but I feel like Hourglass just gives me a brightening effect. You guys seen me do this many times in my other videos with the KKW number 3 Brighten powder. Laura translucent to clean up my contour. And I'm gonna use a little puff to do that. I love doing it with a puff, but you could do it with a sponge, beauty blender, whatever works. And we're just gonna go right under our contour. And I'm gonna let that chill there while we work on the under eye. We're gonna go in with Maybelline Eye Studio again, picking up that same 266 brush from MAC, and I'm just gonna tight line, so that means right above here, and then I'm gonna put it on my waterline. I very rarely never put anything in my under eye. I always put something there, just because I feel like it makes the makeup look so much better. And it ties everything in. So I'm going to use Carbon from MAC, which is basically just a black eyeshadow. And I'm using a Sigma E85 brush, I believe. This is super old, so like it's like peeled off. But I love this brush for the lower lash line. I mean, this brush never gives me fallout. Like if it gives me fallout, it's definitely the eyeshadow. But I feel like this brush makes it like so much less likely that I'm gonna get fallout. I still tap off the excess, but I love it. So we're just gonna go right under there, and I'm just gonna pick up that shade that we use as our transition shade at the beginning, and we're gonna go right under there. And when you're working with your lower lash line, you just want to be very gentle, and just, it's almost like if you're erasing, you know, like you're trying to erase that black shadow. So you don't want to move it around too much. You just want to be gentle because it can look like a black eye real fast. I'm gonna grab a little bit of Kylie Cosmetics Dreaming of Diamonds highlighter. You guys know this is like my favorite highlighter. I just haven't been using it much because, like I said, my skin's been getting oily, but I still have been using it on my eyes. So I'm just gonna pop this in the inner corners, and this definitely helps to just tie everything together. I'm gonna grab my big fluffy brush that I use to set my face, and we're just gonna clean off that excess powder that we had going on. Sometimes, like, I'll grab the same brush I used to apply that mineralized powder, and I'll just kind of go over it. I don't like any really super harsh lines, so just blend that out like that. I used Cold Brew from NYX Cosmetics, and then I used Arrowhead matte lipstick. So this is from MAC. I don't know if this is discontinued or if it was part of a collection. It could have been, I'm not sure. I think it was part of a collection, but you can also use Myth if you want as reference. I feel like it's really similar. So I'm just gonna line my lips, and then we're gonna add the lipstick. Alright guys, so this is pretty much the completed look. I hope that you guys love it. You can add a gloss on here to make it super glossy and make your lips look juicy. But I wanted to create the look exactly how I did it on TikTok and Instagram that you guys asked to see. So here it is. So this is the completed look. I love filming this and having a little chit chat with you guys. When I am filming, it does feel like you guys are like right here with me. I just want to thank all my new supporters on here and on TikTok and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have been giving me. I hope that you guys loved it, and please don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.